I think we're very blessed to have a lot of mutual respect and treat the person that you love the most with the most effort rather than taking it for granted.
Hollywood legend Michael Douglas has spoken publicly about his marriage to fellow actress Catherine Zeta-Jones. They may appear gorgeous in public, but their relationship has been anything from smooth sailing. Michael Douglas's life and profession are explored in this video, which also unveils the realities he has confessed and disclosed regarding his marriage. Continue reading to find out what happened during Michael Douglas's marriage. New Brunswick, New Jersey is the site of Michael Kirk Douglas's birth on September 5, 1944. He was born to famous actor Kirk Douglas and Bermudan actress Diana Dill. When Michael was a kid, he was heavily impacted by the acting industry in Hollywood. In his formative years, he had both advantages and disadvantages. Life at home became more difficult for Kirk and his family as his successful profession took him away from home more and more. The parents split up in 1951 when Michael was 7 years old. Joel, Michael's younger brother, and Michael were both profoundly affected by this incident. They moved in with Diana, their mother, but Michael remained quite near to his dad. He grew enchanted by the magic of filmmaking during his many visits to Kirk on set. The education Michael received also had a significant role in molding his destiny. New York City's prestigious Allen Stevenson School was where he began his education. After a while, he sought out a more country environment outside of Boston at Eaglebrook School in Deerfield, Massachusetts. His last destination was Choate in Wallingford, Connecticut, which is currently called Rosemary Hall. Participating in school plays and theater organizations at Choate stoked Michael's fire for the stage, and he began to realize his acting potential. Michael took his choice to become an actor very seriously. He went on to study theater at UC Santa Barbara after graduating from high school in 1963. He could hone his acting chops at UCSB. It was more than simply a school to him. He gained experience in acting and theatrical performance via his participation in several shows. Like his father before him, Michael wanted to get his hands dirty, so he was an assistant director on Cast a Giant Shadow, 1964, his father's picture. In addition to providing him with valuable work experience, this position taught him the ins and outs of the filmmaking process from directing to producing. The groundwork for Michael Douglas's future in entertainment was solidified by 1965. A combination of his upbringing in an acting family, formal training, and on-the-job experience set him up for success. Michael Douglas began his acting career in 1968, after graduating from the University of California, Santa Barbara with a degree in theater. In his early days as an industry professional, he was driven by an intense desire for fame and fortune. He built his CV and reputation little by little, getting tiny TV gigs. In David Miller's 1969 feature, Hail Hero, Michael made his big screen debut as Carl Dixon, a young man who enlists in the Vietnam War. Michael took a giant leap forward in his career with his performance, which garnered him a Golden Globe nomination for Most Promising Male Newcomer, even though the film failed to become a huge economic success. Michael kept switching up his roles. His 1970 film debut was in Robert Shearer's drama Adam at 6 a.m., in which he played a disillusioned urbanite who sought solace in rural America. Michael got more opportunities to demonstrate his acting chops and adaptability, even if the picture failed to get much notice. His commitment to playing significant roles brought him to Anthony Newley's 1971 film, Summer Tree. The profound impact of the Vietnam War on America's youth was the subject of this film. It may not have been financially successful, but it solidified Michael's reputation as an actor who isn't afraid to tackle weighty societal themes. The Streets of San Francisco, Michael's part in the 1972-1976 ABC television series, was a turning point in his career. He co-starred with Carl Malden as Inspector Steve Keller. He received 3 straight Emmy nominations for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series, thanks to the show's success and the boost it gave him in Hollywood. Michael dabbled with family-friendly filmmaking while he was a TV star. His versatility as an actor was on full display in Bernard Macavitti's 1972 film Napoleon and Samantha, in which he played a good-hearted young man who assisted youngsters in caring for an elderly lion. Michael followed in his father's footsteps and became a film producer. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, starring Jack Nicholson and adapted from a book by Ken Kesey, was co-produced by him and Saul Zaentz in 1975. The picture won 5 Oscars, including Best Picture, and became an instant global sensation. This marked a watershed point in Michael's career, solidifying his position as a major player in the entertainment industry. Up until 1976, Michael was nominated for 3 Emmys for his portrayal as Inspector Steve Keller on the streets of San Francisco. It was a calculated decision to step away from the program so she could concentrate on making films and taking on more demanding performing jobs. The China Syndrome, a nuclear catastrophe thriller released in 1979, featured him with Jack Lemmon and Jane Fonda. Earning many Oscar nominations and demonstrating his commitment to significant social causes, this picture highlighted his acting chops and developing producing abilities. Playing the role of Ben Luan in the 1980 romantic drama It's My Turn, Michael further solidified his position as a leading man and showcased his flexibility as an actor. In the vigilante justice legal thriller The Star Chamber, he played the role of Judge Stephen Hardin. The riveting plot and Michael's excellent performance earned the picture high marks. Major events occurred in Michael's personal life at the same time that his business was growing. He finally settled down in 1977 when he wed Deandra Luker. In 1978, they welcomed a son, Cameron. But his personal path was complicated by marital problems caused by the demands of Hollywood and celebrity. Michael battled alcohol and drug addiction throughout the late 70s and early 80s. The demands of fame were often too much for him, and these issues occasionally eclipsed his professional achievements. Michael had to reevaluate his life and ambitions after a near-fatal skiing accident in 1980. The vulnerability of life was brought home to him by this occurrence, which motivated him to pursue his work with a new sense of purpose. Michael received several accolades for his film and television performances, including a Golden Globe for his role in The Streets of San Francisco. He may not have received individual nominations for every prize he worked on, but his contributions to noteworthy projects certainly helped him get to the top. Playing the role of Jack Colton, an intrepid treasure hunter, in Robert Zemeckis' 1984 film Romancing the Stone catapulted Michael to superstardom. Along with Danny DeVito and Kathleen Turner, he was in an incredible experience in the smash blockbuster picture. Michael reprised his role as Jack Colton in 1985's The Jewel of the Nile, following the success of Romancing the Stone. The film solidified his status as a leading man capable of juggling romance and action, despite conflicting reviews. Wall Street, Michael's 1987 breakthrough role, was as Oliver Stone's cutthroat corporate raider Gordon Gekko. The line "greed is good" that Michael played became a metaphor for the economic milieu of the 1980s and earned him the Oscar for Best Actor. The same year, Michael was in the psychological thriller Fatal Attraction, playing the role of Dan Gallagher, a guy who gets himself into a risky romance with the character played by Glenn Close. The picture, which showcased Michael's talent for tackling complicated and ethically ambiguous parts, was directed by Adrian Lyne and caused controversy while being a commercial success. Michael reunited with Kathleen Turner and Danny DeVito for the 1989 film War of the Roses, a dark comedy about a couple's tumultuous divorce. The film, directed by DeVito, displayed Michael's skill for combining comedic elements with darker subjects. He was already well known as an imposing leading man before his turn as a New York police officer, entangled in Japan's criminal underworld in Black Rain, directed by Ridley Scott. Michael starred opposite Sharon Stone in Paul Verhoeven's 1992 neo-noir sexual thriller Basic Instinct, which sparked controversy due to the character he played. In his role as Detective Nick Curran, he delves into a murder case that is rife with psychological twists and sexual tension. Despite the heated disputes it ignited, Michael's risk-taking as an actor was on full display in this film. For his work in Wall Street, he received several accolades, including the Golden Globe for Best Actor and an Academy Award. These accolades validated his reputation as a top-tier actor capable of portraying complex and interesting characters on television. Divorce from Deandra Luker in 1995 was a low point in Michael's personal life, albeit his career was booming professionally. In the 1993 courtroom thriller Falling Down, he portrayed a guy whose frustration with societal injustices drove him to act in the film. He received a lot of appreciation for his performance because of how well he handled complicated parts. Disclosure, a risky cinematic adaptation of Michael Crichton's book on sexual harassment in the workplace, starred him and Demi Moore the next year as Tom Sanders. Since it dared to tackle gender dynamics and power battles head-on, the film caused quite a stir. Playing a hunter in Africa who deals with man-eating lions, Douglas expanded his acting repertoire in 1996's The Ghost and the Darkness. It may not have been a smash blockbuster, but the picture was a showcase for his acting chops as the protagonist in thrilling, action-packed parts. Douglas co-starred alongside David Fincher as investment banker Nicholas Van Orton in the 1997 psychological thriller The Game, in which the protagonist becomes entangled in a secret and potentially life-altering game. He has a remarkable resume of thrillers, and his powerful performance was highly acclaimed. With 1998's A Perfect Murder, a contemporary spin on Dial M for Murder, Douglas maintained his momentum. Playing a rich man plotting to murder his wife in this riveting drama showcased his ability to bring nuanced and intriguing, ethically complicated characters to life. In 1998, Douglas started a highly publicized relationship with Catherine Zeta-Jones, which had a profound impact on his personal life. The media took notice of their romance because of the age gap and their celebrity in Hollywood. For Douglas, the year 2000 was pivotal in his life and career. He portrayed Grady Tripp, a writer dealing with personal and professional issues, in the critically acclaimed film Wonder Boys. He proved once again that he is a multi-talented actor capable of handling challenging parts with his great performance. Following the June 2000 finalization of his divorce from Deandra Luker, Douglas wed Catherine Zeta-Jones in a lavish New York City wedding in November. They were already one of Hollywood's most famous couples, but their wedding brought them even more fame. Douglas plays the role of Dr. Nathan Conrad, a psychiatrist on a desperate mission to rescue his abducted daughter, in the 2001 psychological thriller Don't Say a Word. The film's intriguing storyline and solid performance by Douglas helped it achieve moderate success at the box office, demonstrating his enduring popularity in suspenseful films. Michael Douglas began a period of varied film jobs and family collaborations in the early 2000s. The 2003 emotional drama, It Runs in the Family, stars him, his father Kirk Douglas, and Cameron Douglas, his son. This was a watershed event that showcased the Douglas family's acting prowess in Hollywood. Similarly, Michael portrayed CIA agent Steve Tobias in that year's comedy The In-Laws. His performance demonstrated his talent for blending dramatic and comedic elements, adding a lighthearted touch to the dramatic plot. Notable performances in both comedic and dramatic roles demonstrated Michael's ongoing exploration of diverse genres. His 2006 film You, Me, and Dupree had him as the domineering father-in-law in a lighthearted family comedy. The way he brought comedy to complicated people in his job garnered him recognition. King of California, Michael's 2007 foray into darker subjects, saw him as Charlie, a parent with a mental illness who searches for hidden wealth. He displayed his acting chops in a film that dealt with heavy topics like mental illness and family. Michael's career took off as he reprised a legendary part and landed a string of riveting roles in legal thrillers. Beyond a Reasonable Doubt, a riveting story of justice and judicial trickery, was released in 2009, and he played the role of District Attorney Mark Hunter. The picture gained depth from his performance as a guy with mixed morals. In Solitary Man, Michael wowed viewers the same year as Ben Kramer, a troubled ex-car dealership owner dealing with both professional and personal issues. His talent for making imperfect characters seem real shone through in his critically acclaimed performance. In 2010, Michael made a spectacular comeback to the big screen as Gordon Gekko once more in Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps. Critically acclaimed for his portrayal of the notorious corporate raider during a period of unprecedented financial instability, Gekko became one of his most iconic characters. Despite Michael's professional achievements, he was the center of media attention for his personal struggles. A lady sued him in 2003, accusing him of wrongdoing. The case was dropped owing to lack of evidence, a reflection of the intense scrutiny that prominent personalities frequently endure. The arrest of Michael's son Cameron in 2019 for methamphetamine possession was a very difficult period for the family, and a reminder of how difficult it is to cope with private matters while they are under public spotlight. Diagnosed with stage 1 throat cancer, later renamed tongue cancer in 2010, Michael had one of his most difficult battles. He revealed in early 2011 that he had triumphed over the disease after undergoing rigorous treatment, which included radiation and chemotherapy. He persisted in getting checks to keep an eye on his health even after he became better. After winning the Primetime Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Miniseries or Movie in 2013 for his portrayal of Liberace in HBO's Behind the Candelabra, Michael's career took off once again. He demonstrated his range and acting chops in a critically acclaimed performance as the show's stopping pianist. Despite Michael's achievements, his personal life took a turn for the worst when his son Cameron was sentenced to a lengthy term for drug use. This added another layer of difficulty to the family's already difficult situation. Michael kept making waves in the film industry after winning an Emmy. He co-starred with Robert De Niro, Morgan Freeman, and Kevin Kline in the 2013 comedy Las Vegas, in which he played a pal who reunites with 3 others for a bachelor celebration in Sin City. Thanks to the film's success, Michael's timeless charisma and comic timing were on full display. Michael joined the MCU and played Dr. Hank Pym in Ant-Man 2015 and Ant-Man and the Wasp 2018, expanding his acting range. By skillfully combining action with his own personality, his depiction of the bright scientist and former superhero won him a new legion of followers. The Kominsky Method, a Netflix series that ran from 2018 to 2021 and starred Michael Douglas, also included Sandy Kominsky. He showcased his flexibility as an actor by winning a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Television Series, musical or comedy, for his portrayal of an elderly acting instructor dealing with the highs and lows of life. Having weathered a severe illness and garnering critical praise for his work in cinema and television, Michael paused at the conclusion of the decade to consider the far-reaching effects of his profession. Michael remained one of Hollywood's lasting icons while dealing with personal and family concerns, including his son's legal problems and his own health problems. Michael kept leaving an impression in the early 2020s across cinema and television. In 2023, he continued to have a remarkable performance as Sandy Kominsky in The Kominsky Method. Then, in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, he was back in the MCU as Dr. Hank Pym again. After a long and varied career, Michael's enduring appeal in blockbusters was on full display in this highly anticipated feature. Like many others, Michael's personal life was profoundly affected by the COVID-19 epidemic. He emphasized the significance of health and safety while focusing on spending quality time with his family during this tough era. He reaffirmed his dedication to family relationships and resiliency. When Michael's father, Kirk Douglas, passed away at 103 years of age in February 2020, it was a devastating loss for the family. Michael publicly pays respect to his father's famous profession and the personal impact Kirk had on him, carrying on his father's great legacy. Kirk was a superstar in Hollywood. One of Hollywood's most beloved couples, Michael and Catherine Zeta-Jones, are both Oscar winners. They have a common birthday, September 25th, and are also parents of 2 children. It all started in 1998, when Michael first laid eyes on Catherine in The Mask of Zorro Enchanted. To arrange a meeting, he requested his publicist to do so. When Michael unexpectedly announced he would be Catherine's father at their first meeting at the Deauville Film Festival, she was understandably taken aback. Still, Michael was able to win her over in the end because to his doggedness, which included mailing her a passionate message and roses when she was in Scotland. Things between them became more serious very fast. Michael popped the question in Aspen, Colorado in December 1999, while on a trip to celebrate New Year's Eve. Not long after Catherine said yes, the happy couple shared the happy news that they were expecting their first child and announced their engagement. Their son Dylan Michael was born in Los Angeles on August 8, 2000, and the pair was filled with enormous delight. They had the Plaza Hotel in New York City scheduled as the venue for their wedding on November 18, 2000. Tom Hanks, Brad Pitt, and Whoopi Goldberg were among the Hollywood heavy hitters that attended their lavish wedding. David Emanuel designed Catherine's stunning gown, and Cameron, Michael's son, was best man. Dylan, their newborn son, was also a part of the festivities, which marked the beginning of their family life together. The happy couple made the announcement that they were expecting again in September 2002. While filming Intolerable Cruelty, Catherine learned she was expecting a child. In Ridgewood, New Jersey, on April 20, 2003, their daughter, Caris Zeta Douglas, was born. Caris is a Welsh name that reflects Catherine's origin. It means love in Welsh. Michael and Catherine were both quite successful in their careers at this time. For her performance in Chicago, Catherine was named Best Supporting Actress at the 2003 Academy Awards. She praised Michael and their son Dylan in her award speech, highlighting the significance of family to her. Michael, who was already juggling a lot of responsibilities at home, kept thriving professionally. The diagnosis of throat cancer in Michael in 2010 presented a formidable obstacle for the pair. The news was heartbreaking, and the therapy was rigorous. Catherine was by Michael's side while he endured radiation and chemotherapy to treat the tumor near the base of his tongue. Although it was tough to watch her spouse so worn out, Michael's announcement that he was cancer-free in January 2011 brought tremendous comfort to their family. They celebrated by taking the kids to Florida's Walt Disney World. During his time of recuperation, Michael realized how much he valued his loved ones. But 2013 was a difficult year for their marriage. They announced their split after being together for 13 years. Both Catherine's battle with bipolar II disease and Michael's fight with cancer added stress to their relationship. On 2 occasions, Catherine sought help for her depression. The most recent of them was in May 2013. While Michael was away from their Bedford, Connecticut home, Catherine remained in the Big Apple. Michael went to the Deauville Film Festival alone himself after their split became public knowledge. He expressed optimism, stating that they were resolving the issue and kept in touch. Michael was present at the Primetime Emmys in September 2013 and praised Catherine during his acceptance speech, which may have been an indication that their relationship was becoming better. Michael and Catherine made amends and began making public appearances together again around April 2014. Michael said that their bond was stronger than before when he and Ellen DeGeneres addressed their reunion on her show in 2015. Although he acknowledged that every relationship faces difficulties, he felt that the couple's fame magnified those difficulties. Catherine posted an emotional Instagram message expressing her love for Michael in honor of their 15th wedding anniversary in November 2015, one of several significant anniversaries that the pair continues to commemorate. Michael paid homage during an awards dinner where he thanked his wife in a hilarious way while also reminiscing on their journey. March 2016 saw them return to the Rockies, the site of Michael's proposal, and a celebration of their shared history and bond. Cameron, Michael's son, received a daughter, Lua Izzy, in December 2017, and they became grandparents. Michael revealed in 2019 that his love for Catherine continued to deepen after 18 years of marriage. He said that they were able to help each other through tough times in their jobs and personal lives because they had a common knowledge of the entertainment world. After their daughter, Karis, graduated from high school in 2021, the couple had to adjust to life as empty nesters. Michael acknowledged the nerve-wracking change but stressed the fruition of their relationship-focused efforts throughout the years. Among Michael's 2022 appearances was the premiere of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, at which Catherine was a supporter. They carried on the celebration of their joint birthday on September 25th with a large cake and touching online greetings. Catherine graciously spoke about her family life and the support she received from her children at the Wednesday premiere in November 2022, when she was accompanied by her son Dylan. In honor of their 22nd wedding anniversary, the happy couple took to social media to share both old and new images that captured the intensity of their love, along with some humorous and endearing moments. During an open interview, Michael disclosed the reason for his throat cancer, which had a profound effect on their marriage. He blamed the HPV virus, which is spread through sexual contact in the mouth, for the condition. Michael failed to disclose that he had caught the virus before to meeting Catherine, which further damaged their relationship. Their already troubled marriage was further tested by the subsequent public suspicion. This strain, combined with Catherine's continuous struggle with bipolar II disease, contributed to their 2013 split. Their separation was already difficult, and the public nature of Michael's cancer fight and Catherine's mental health issues only made things worse. Their perseverance and dedication to their family shone through as they reconciled despite these setbacks. Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones continue to be an inspiration as a couple who have overcome adversity by sticking together through thick and thin, managing the highs and lows of Hollywood, and always being there for each other.